Taking a moment for everybody to arrive. Aloha, my beautiful ones, and welcome to this week's guided journey to your spirit guides. Oh, this week is strong in its own energy because of the new moon we're having. How do I put this? This new moon wants us to look at certain old pain, old patterns, that we have had and didn't look at. And now we're sort of being invited. I'm going to say invited to put it in nice words to, to join in and to just do it, basically. Oh, see? My things are dropping. So, that's the energy that we're having today. If this is your very first time here, aloha, my beautiful soul. My name is May. I'm your neurospicy cyberwitch. Sorry, I'm gonna leave the music on for a second, and then I'll come back to you. Let me just check that. There you go. So, yes. So, sorry. There we go. That's a typical ADHDer going all over the place because we are the way that we are. My name is May. I'm your neurospicy cyberwitch. I've known that I'm going to start with highly sensitivity for, I think the first time I heard about it, it was 2009. At that time, I didn't know the word highly sensitive. I only knew the word empath. And then, later on, highly sensitivity came on, and then at some point ADHD and neurospiciness came into media, and that's when I realized yeah, that's me. I've been having that all along. And the interesting thing about it all was that all the steps that I took to learn how to live with me being an empath and a highly sensitive person were actually all of the things that actually helped me be more aligned with my neurospiciness. And that's why I'm here to show you and to share this with you. And one of the things that I noticed on my own path and path of my clients was that I heard a lot of the times, I feel like I don't feel my intuition anymore. I feel like there's so much overwhelm around me and I don't feel my spirits. And I resonated so much with that because back in 2012, I think it was, when my empathy, I'm going to call it the empathy, came up really, really strong. Again, I knew about it in 2009. So, it took a couple of years until this became such a huge thing in my life. And in that time, I'm going to call it, I developed a depression, a form of depression. I thought it was because of burnout, because of too much, but I went in therapy and we found out, nope, mine is the other way around. I don't have meaning in what I'm doing. So that was the form of depression I was having. And that was very interesting to dive into that, of course. And that was almost the time that the Hawaiians came into my life. Hawaiian philosophies, lomi lomi, different forms of energy work. And it's not just that, because what we're doing today is actually a shamanic journey. And I received it as a rite of passage. I was introduced to it by my spirit guides in a shamanic journey to do them the way I'm doing them tonight. And it's a special form that basically anybody can do. You don't have to be a shamanic practitioner to do this. I always highly recommend, because I am witchy, for us to be witchy. That's always more fun and more magical. But you don't have to, as long as you are open to going on a journey with me, and then to hopefully seeing or hearing or feeling your spirit guides. As to spirit guides, one could say that they are pure imagination. I actually dove into that for a couple of years to feel into it if it was my thing. And I ended up realizing that, you know what? having spirit guides and knowing that there's something other than me out there supporting my own life and the universe and the world and our healing in general is a more magical life. And I don't want to lose that. I want to be in a magical relationship with life. And that's why I have that. And not only that, I actually walk with dragons for a lot of years, and I'm very grateful for their support as well. Um, I've seen a couple of angels. I don't work with them directly in a way, but I have had encounters with them on special occasions. Um, I mainly work with one of my ancestors because she was the one, she's the grandmother of my grandmother. So she's my great grandmother, I think it would be. And she was the very first one that actually pushed through all the spiritual teachers that I had before, that I was supposed to have before. If you know about shamanism, there's sort of like an order where you go through, and she sort of like pushed me through all of them so that I could get to her. And then ever since then, she's there. So she's going to be here as well. So that's why actually I specialized in working with ancestral energy at the beginning, because I had such a good bond with my own ancestors. I feel very guided by them. And yeah, that's her, that is one of them. Then there's animals, beautiful, beautiful animals. And I know that a lot of us feel like, oh, I want to have the one animal that supports me. But I can assure you that in the experience that I've had, there's so many more. It's not just one. And it depends on the situation you're in, what help you need. I have a little hedgehog that helps me take care of my bike whenever I'm, with my bike somewhere. He or she, sometimes, I think it's a couple, and they, every now and then one of each shows up. And then they sit in my little basket. I fill it up with magical apples, and then they take care of my bike and watch out for it so it doesn't get taken or whatever. And I'm very grateful for that. Or littered, because actually it started because of littering in my those baskets that you have on your bike. um yeah, so just to give you an idea of spirit animals that can work with us, help us, and do their thing. And actually, we as a circle here, as the circle that we do every Sunday, we have a beautiful, amazing elephant. um I think it's an elephant grandmother, and she's here. She always supports the circle. I believe because it's of the strength of elephants and the community that elephants have. So for me, she's sort of like the patron of this community. So yeah, just to give you a little idea as to, because I said, hear, see, or feel, we have, I'm going to call it different forms of clairvoyance, right? So clairvoyance is about viewing, about seeing, right? So there's some of us that see things that have very vivid images. Others of us hear very good. Others of us actually like feel them. You feel them with maybe with your body or with your skin. Some of us taste them. And then some of us have a very deep, deep knowing. I have to say, when I remember, like, I have had touch, but very rare. Most of the times it's actually I see things, like I see them standing in front of me, or I feel them standing behind me. I hear them very clearly sometimes when they speak to me, like as if they would be standing here. Or sometimes I just have this inner knowing. And I'm telling you this because, I want you to hopefully today be open to whichever form might show up, right? Um, I do my journeys. I just had music on, but I don't put it on during the journey. That is because if you are neurospicy like I am, there's a 50-50% chance that you either like music or you hate music. So to not do it any harm to anyone, I want you to choose yourself. If you, wherever you're watching, maybe you have the chance to open up a different app, or here, if you're watching on a computer, open up a second app on the computer and then tab, and then open up YouTube and look for your favorite or streaming app, and then look for your favorite musician. I always pace and I keep forgetting to do this beforehand, but I'm gonna find my favorite one, because I still haven't gotten to do it myself. There you go. Hold on, I'm gonna put him here in the chat. Yes, and so here's, in case you want to have inspiration for this, so you'll find it there. As to that's for the music, so that's, please feel free. I don't do meditations where you have to sit still. I can't, and I'm not expecting it from anybody else. Of course, when I am guiding the journey, that's why I highly recommend for if it's your first time, to listen to my voice and follow along as good as possible. And because it helps, in case you do visualization, to do it with your eyes closed. But moving forward, please feel free, if you want to do this while doing laundry or washing your hands, if you feel comfortable doing it, please do so. I don't want you to have this as an excuse not to go on a journey to meet your spirit guides. That's more important. And, with practice, I can tell you now, these journeys, I love doing them and guiding other people in doing them. For myself, I am so connected with my spirit guides nowadays that I don't need to use these journeys to get there. They are very helpful, though, to have them every now and then. Just for me, it's like back to the roots. And because sometimes it roots it, like I just said, it's a back to the roots thing. It roots you back in the connection with them. And then sometimes it makes it easier to then have conversations with them, when you go on a walk or when you're doing the dishes somewhere else. So yeah, those are the things. In case you do decide to do them while you're on a bike or in a car, please always have traffic in your sight more than. Oh, sorry. The energy is already starting to move. What else do I need to tell you before we get started? Oh yeah, so if you've already known, for future moments, you can just come back. I sometimes am done after 15 minutes, but sometimes I take longer. So if you are someone that has already experience with these journeys, feel free to drop in a little bit later. I just want to make sure that people who are new to this journey have an anchor to sit down. And that's the last thing I'm going to talk about the journeys, is having an anchor. Because as our neurospicy selves, of course, our mind can start wandering all over the place. That's why we anchor it in an intention. So the important thing for today is for you to have an intention, what you want to do with your spirit guides. Do you want to just have a chit chat with them? Do you have a special challenge where you want their support? Is there anything you want them to help you with, right? Or maybe it's just, giving you strength to go through the week, or, there's so many reasons we could have to talk to our spirit guides. Please feel free to, even little things like, hey, you know what, I actually, I'm having my long awaited vacation next week, and I would love to have my a good window seat, in the bus or wherever. So those are things that you can also ask for. Nothing is too little. They are waiting for us to set that intention to them. And if during the journey you feel like your mind is wandering off, use that intention to bring yourself back to your spirit guides. And sorry, I remembered one last thing. In case you do fall asleep, that's actually not falling asleep. There's a 95% chance that it's not falling asleep, that it's actually you getting in a trance state. And that's also okay, because usually you hear me calling you back, right? So that's the thing. That's how the journeys are. I will take you to a place where you can have the conversation with your spirit guides, and then I will bring you back. And in case you don't hear that last part because you belong to the 5% that fell asleep, maybe just do something, if possible, some breathing or something like that you feel comfortable with, to earth to ground yourself back in your body. I usually recommend Pico Pico because Pico Pico is like the easiest and very, very deep breathing technique that I have learned, which is inhaling, imagining as if you're inhaling through your crown chakra. And the normal version is exhaling through your belly button. But when you want to ground yourself, you exhale through your feet. So you inhale through your crown chakra, exhale through your feet, and that way you're grounded back in your body. All right, just keep that in mind in case you do fall asleep. These journeys are recorded on YouTube and to my podcast. So whoever is ever going to listen to these episodes is going to be a part of it right now, because the universe doesn't have the timeline, but we already have that. So this is the circle we're already in. I will invite, our spirit guides and everyone to participate here to keep this circle safe. So if there is anything that you see that doesn't feel safe, please ask your spirit guides to make it softer so it doesn't scare you. Okay? Because we are having a big protection around these circles so that you can have the peace and the, alignment by yourself to connect to your own spirit guides. All right. And usually I do cards. I draw I have been drawing cards for the past couple of weeks, but today I received a different inspiration from my spirit guides, and that is I have a couple of cards here, and they're actually just seven cards, and these 7 cards have been with me since I think 2016 or so. Yeah, 10 years, about 10 years now. I have to make an update to them. And I'm just going to draw one because that one is going to have a different form of energy to it to guide us, whether you want to use this guidance for the journey today or just as a guidance for the coming week. Please do so. I'm just gonna, because they're so big, I don't want to look at them. I'm just gonna shuffle them a little bit. I don't know who's who until I feel the one that it is going to be the one, and it's this one. And I'm gonna put it in here. I love Manava. Manava, wow. This is a good one. Manava is, is a reminder for us that the power that we have is in the now. Yesterday has already passed. I can't change anything about yesterday. Tomorrow hasn't happened yet. I can only prepare for tomorrow. So it is right now is the moment that I have the power to do anything, to change, to dive, to redirect my thinking to somewhere else. Right now is the perfect moment for things. And I think it's interesting for us to understand and to have this reminder, especially when we have our overthinking minds that want to go all over the place, to remind ourselves, hey, right now, I know my brain wants to go somewhere else, but right now I'm bringing it back to here, bringing it back to this moment with me in this journey. Beautiful. So take that with you in case you want to. I'm going to put it in the camera. In case you want to use that word, it's a Hawaiian word meaning the power of now is right now. The power of the now. All right, my beautiful ones. Let's get started with our journey. Find yourself a comfortable seat. I'm going to take a zip while you do. All right. I want to call in our spirit guides, all of them, the angels, the ancestrals, the terrestrials and extraterrestrials, the spirit guides that are in animal form with us, the magical ones, the fairies, the trolls, the dragons, the unicorns. Our beautiful magical creatures supporting us. Our spirit guides. The spirit guides that have walked the earth and the ones that have actually walked in our own family. Thank you so much for taking care of us and for being there for us. Please open up the circle. This circle is now open for us and being kept safe. I'm sorry I forgot our beautiful, wonderful dragons. Thank you for keeping this safe as well. So that anybody participating today will have and receive the answers and the words that they want and need for the coming week. And I'm inviting the beautiful new moon that is now going to become bigger again. And with its wonderful energy where we can ask for what we want to call into our lives. And as that, the circle is now open for all of us, keeping us safe. The 4 elements and the 4 directions are here as well. Thank you so much. Close your eyes and focus on your breathing. And with the next inhale, imagine yourself inhaling through your crown chakra on the top of your head. And then exhaling it through your belly button. Inhale, if you like, universal energy. Let that energy go through your whole body. And when you exhale it out through your belly button, imagine yourself being relieved of all your worries and thoughts of the day to day that you don't need anymore. Inhale wonderful universal energy. Let it go through your body, through every cell, and let this energy take all your worries and all your thoughts that you don't need anymore. And exhale them through your belly button. And allow yourself to feel your body becoming lighter and lighter with every exhale. And in all of this lightness of your body, you imagine yourself being somewhere in a beautiful spot in nature. And you allow yourself to arrive here at this beautiful place. And you go through your senses and feel whatever it is that you feel that you're standing on with your feet. Or maybe you can hear the wind blowing through some trees or some birds singing somewhere far. Maybe you feel the warmth of the sun or hear some insects flying around. Just allow yourself to really fully arrive at this place with all of your senses, feeling, hearing, maybe even smelling some beautiful flowers around you. Or maybe you taste something around you. And just take this beautiful place in for yourself, what it looks like and what it feels like for you. And once you have gotten used to this place, you take a moment to look around you. And somewhere between the trees, or maybe between some flowers, you see, or maybe even as if it goes into the floor, into underground, you find a little portal, a doorway, some form of entrance into the other world. And you immediately know that it is your personal entrance into this magical place. Some of you might have already entered, and some of you might still be standing in front of it. I want you to know that I am here, and whenever you're ready, step through it and walk into the other world. And see who's waiting for you on the other side. Maybe it's a couple of them, or maybe it's just one that wants to show itself. Allow yourself to see or feel or hear or deeply know who is there waiting for you in the other world. And while you're being reacquainted with your spirit guides that are here in this entrance waiting for you, you take a moment to remember the intention that you brought today. Whether it's your intention, a question, or something you wanted to tell, your spirit guides. Anchor it right here, right now, in this moment, so that you can remember and use it as an anchor for yourself. And whenever it's time to go back, I will come and get you. Slowly bring your attention back to this part of the entrance where you met your spirit guide. Bring the conversation to an end and rejoin. Before we leave this other world, we want to bring in one more energy quality into this. And that is the energy of this wonderful, beautiful new moon. So let's take a moment to set the intention to receive the blessing and the gifts that this beautiful new moon is bringing us, is giving us. Especially today for us to walk into the new week with all its beautiful and wonderful energy. If it helps, imagine yourself open up your palms in front of you, open to receive, and then imagine yourself having the new moon put a gift in your hand. And allow your intuition to just feel or see something appearing in your hands, whether it's a quality, a feeling, a thought, a word. And once you have it in your hand, allow yourself to bring it in and connect it to your heart and put it in your heart. Imagine yourself being merged as one with this blessing from the new moon. Whenever you're ready to say goodbye to your spirit guides, goodbye to this beautiful experience here, well knowing that you can come back at any moment and that they're always there with you. Walk towards the portal, back through it to the place in nature where we started. And like before, give yourself some time to arrive here with the beautiful answers and the feelings that you received. Feel the dirt beneath your feet. How does that feel like? Do you smell some flowers or hear the wind rustling through the leaves of the trees? Or maybe you feel the warmth of the sun on your skin. Just immerse yourself back into this beautiful place in nature from where we started. And whenever you feel ready, imagine yourself again inhaling through your crown chakra. In this time, instead of exhaling through your belly button, you exhale through your feet. And if you're a little bit like me, you're probably immediately feeling warm feet with that. And inhale through your crown chakra, universal energy that comes in and confirms and makes everything stronger that you just felt, that you just had. It just anchors it back into your body and every cell. And then when you exhale, it goes through your feet down to Mother Earth and feeds Mother Earth as well. You inhale through your crown chakra and exhale through your feet. And you feel how this breathing grounds you back and brings you back into your body. And really anchors your back. Repeat this breathing as often as you think you need it to really feel back into your body. And whenever you're ready to come back, you take one last deep breath and open your eyes and come back into the here and the now. Thank you so much, you beautiful soul. I'm not going to say much. I'm just going to let everything sink in. And whenever you feel ready, or if you have any questions, just send me a message or post it in the comments below. I hope you have a magical new moon week. And if you resonated, I hope I'll see you again here next Sunday at 21 o'clock Central European Summertime. Aloha and mahalo.